Hethens! 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 I thought that was you. Guys, I'm so excited to bring y'all this video. It's been about 3.5 weeks since our last video, and today I'm bringing you a truck update and modifications. I know I said truck review, but this video would have been too long if I did the review and all the updates and modifications, which is really what you guys want to see. So I'm gonna do this video of all the updates, mods, how it looks, the wrap and everything, and then I'll make a separate video with the review on how it drives, what engine it has, if I like the diesel, if I don't, the things I really like and don't like about it. So I'm excited for y'all to be here, man. I'm excited to show you the truck. We're just gonna hop right into it because I know you guys don't wanna hear me ramble. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe. That's pretty obvious. I need you to subscribe because my retention rate on these videos are like 75%. That means you guys watch them for a long time, and on top of that, you come back and watch more videos. But like 72% of the people that are watching these are not subscribed. So what are you doing? Subscribe. No, for real, like hit the subscribe button real quick, and then you did it? All right, let's hop into it. I am so amped to show you what we got going on, man. The first thing we did was we put some modifications to it. As you guys saw in the previous video, it had the overhang over the top of the cab. I absolutely hate that. The body on this is a PJ truck landscaping body. So that cab shield is actually made for the landscaping crews. You know, if you're doing hauling with dirt, gravel, things of that nature, and it fills to the top, and you're going on the highway, you're going at fast paces, it's made so all the dirt and gravel that's to the top of the bed doesn't come over on top of the cab and scratch the paint and things like that. I wasn't in love with it when I bought it, but it was a good deal. It made sense, and it was time for a new truck. So the first thing we did was got that chopped off. I went to my fabrication guy out in Akron, Ohio at Primetime Logistics. Jake and his team over there are the bomb. So they do things over at Primetime Logistics that the bigger companies won't do, and they gave me a great deal, and we got that taken care of. The next thing we did, we made the sides higher. Now what we took was a piece of 2x8 and added 8 inches on the side there because the sides were too low for junk removal. It was actually 42 inches. I thought when we first bought it that it was 48 inches, what I said in my last video, but it was 42, which means it was 3.5. That's not high enough for junk removal. At minimum, you need 4-foot sides. That's actually what our dump trailer is. So we went ahead and had Jake and the guys over at Primetime build these little slat things on the outside of the bed so we can have those put in there. He hooked that up for us, and we did it all the way around, everything but the back doors. So now our sides are 52 inches, a little over 4 feet, and it looks great. So as you guys can see here in some of the B-roll, it looks good, it looks fluent. I hate the look of the actual wood that doesn't match the color of your sides of the bed. So, but we'll get into that later. So that was the second thing we added. That cost us about $200 for him to weld those on, and to have him cut off the cab shield, that was also 250 bucks. So 250 bucks for the cab shield, $200 for him to weld those pivots on for the wood. So the next thing we did to the truck was we had the automatic tarp added. This is one of the main things I wanted to get done on this truck. You know, you can't spend $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 on a truck and not get the automatic tarp. You can't be cheap. So at the end of the day, that was very big for me, you know, from having guys crawl up on top of the dump trailer. It's time consuming, you gotta bungee it down, it tears and stuff. Automatic tarp was a must for me. Now, as you guys can see here, we went ahead and used the short arms to the top of the body. I find it a lot more eloquent and better looking. That way it gives you that true junk removal look. So overall, it's just a better look, gives you that junk removal look. And I didn't really like the arm. I don't really like the arms going all the way down to the side of the body because it also covers up some of the signage and your big billboard on the side when you have those arms down, and it throws everything off. So I had that added. It already had a tarp on there that you could wheel and use the rope and the hook for. We went with the brand of Buyers. Jake also threw up the chrome outer parts on it. It looks great, as you guys can see here. The total cost on that was $2,100. He used the tarp we already had. Now, anywhere else in the country, you're probably gonna be paying somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 to have something like that done. So the fact that they got it done at such a good price, I was super excited. Now, after the tarp was added, it's super important to me to have the box painted our company olive green. So we went ahead and got our box painted our metallic olive green. We went to Valori's out of Twinsburg, Ohio, and they did a fantastic job, as you guys can see here. Just about flawless. We went ahead and had that painted, and we had our toolbox, our Buyer's toolbox painted as well. Total price on that before taxes was about $2,900. Everything all in together was about $3,200 to have the whole box painted. As I said, this is a personal preference. It's not necessary at all. None of this is really necessary, but this is just everything that I had done to our first dump truck and how I would like our fleet to be built. So that's a $3,200 expense, but that's another great price. Most of the time you're gonna have anywhere for a box this size for a dump truck, if most places will even take you, you're gonna be somewhere around 5 to 6 grand. So, you know, absolutely, we'll take that all day long. As you guys can see here, it's looking really good. Want to throw in, we also got the windows tinted, 20%, 150 bucks. We got that done by Levels Tinting out of Bedford, Ohio. This is our 4th car. We took our personal cars to them. We've taken 3 cars to them so far. Gave us a great deal on this. We had the 2 windows done and the strip across the front all together, 150 bucks. Can't beat it anywhere else. You're gonna probably be somewhere around 320. And now it's time for the moment we all been waiting for, the unveiling of the wrap. If you wanna see what this thing looks like, we got this thing wrapped. It's time to show you what it is. So let's go.
Go ahead, get that name right. Got my game tight, I hit the same night. They ain't got shit on me. And plus I got a bitch who look finer in designer. No Madonna and Bahama rolling up my way. It be the same brothers that you trust, same bitches that you love. That'll sell, yeah, no lease. So homie, keep your play up, get your weight up. Now keep that thing tucked, cause fakeness lie in these streets. You said you won't stack it nice, better get the moving. Gon' get your bag right before you lose it. Boy, you wanna act tough, oh let's do it. Ain't no for me to bust that ass, you looking stupid. Riding around the city S550 like Lil Lucci. Ain't gotta check up on me, you gon' see how I'm doing. And if I gotta ask about you, then use it.
So what y'all think, man? I am absolutely in love with this thing. I spent countless hours designing this thing for my phone. My main 2 people that brought this to life was Patrick and Carrie out of Cleveland Wrap in Manaway, Ohio, man. They did exactly what I was looking for. Grade A, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 5 stars. We sat down and spent 2 hours going over every little detail. Just, you know, I'm particular in certain types of things, and these are one of them. I created this thing on my phone and they brought it to life. Carrie and Patrick at Cleveland Wrap out in Manaway, Ohio. Look them up, give them a call if you're looking to get anything wrapped, especially your business wraps. They're the ones who got it done, man. So let me tell you what I absolutely love about this thing. If you could see here, I was very particular about this. I actually was not going to get the cab wrapped. I was just going to do the flyby junk haulers like you guys have seen on the truck. This was actually Carrie's idea. She showed me one, and we kind of brought our minds together of an idea of this. And I absolutely love it. It looks modern. It's different. I've seen no other junk removal company out there with something like this. You can see the F is outlined in the background. I'm in love with the way that the cab looks here. As we move on to the body, this is actually the 2x8s added up here. So here are those pivots that I was talking about that were welded on. This is the 2x8s. I got these painted when I got the truck painted. Same color. That's big to me. I hate the way that wood looks up here. I don't like it when I see dump trucks with it. We added that up here and we went with the aluminum composite signs across this whole thing here. So this, you know, if you look at it from a distance, it looks like a wrap, and that's what I wanted. Because obviously with all the indentions and things like that in the body that I really didn't love about it, when you put the signs on and make sure it's even, it looks good. We went with the big F logo here, something different on the door. This door swings open. As you guys can see, we have a full load. Why do we have a full load? Because I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. Obviously, be careful, we got some load in there, but as you can see, it opens as like any other landscape body. This actually comes in super handy sometimes. When you don't have a lot of trash in there and bulk furniture, if you need to get to the tarp or whatever the case may be, this actually comes in handy. It's not necessary for junk removal, but it's cool to have. Now, as we move down here, guys, this thing is a moving billboard. This represents your business. It represents who you are, so you want your logo as big as possible. That's what we did here. Fly-by junk haulers, our tagline, leading junk management and removal service, and I mean that. Our number, and again, our motto. If you thunk it, we can junk it all day long. If you ain't seen it on the shirt, get a peek with the QR code. Mind your business, please. All right, and this is the whole thing here, man. As you guys can see, you got the tarp up here. Everything's looking good. It just looks flush. I'm absolutely in love with it. As we walk on over to the other side, or as we walk on over to the back here, went with the same design we have on our dump trailer. Obviously, our logo, and then most of the things we offer: furniture, appliance, yard debris, construction, shed, hot tub storage, full house cleanouts, of course. And then pull out your camera, QR code. So if you're riding behind us and you're trying, who are they? You pull out your camera, takes you straight to the website. book online. It's that simple. I put these things on here. These are obvious. Pull out your camera to book online. But a lot of people don't even know how to work QR codes. I didn't even know how to work QR codes this year, and I'm of this generation. So I didn't know all you gotta do is pull out your camera and literally it takes you to the website and you click on it. I thought you had to take pictures and stuff. So explain that. As we move on to this side, now this side is different. Obviously, this side doesn't have the door. So we went with a bigger sign. Here. Fly by junk haulers, tagline, motto, number, and the QR code up here. And as you would not know driving beside this thing unless you look closely that this is not a wrap. This literally looks like we wrapped this whole thing across here. So I love that look. The signs are almost just almost perfectly flush with the olive green we have right here. The sun isn't doing us any justice, so it's probably a little darker on this side. We brought it to the end of the ladder. I kind of wanted to cover the ladder, and when I thought about it, I was like, nah, I don't want to cover the ladder because it really helps to get up there if you need to get something off the top or something like that. So if you take a step back and you see the whole thing here, looks good, man, looks good. Same thing on the cab side door over here. Fly by junk haulers, got the wrap here. And as we swing around to the front, one of my favorite parts about it is I went ahead and had the guys wrap that up there as well. Fly by junk haulers, it's a great front profile. It looks really good. This screams junk removal. Fly by junk haulers is on this truck over 10 times and I absolutely love it. It's what we represent, it's our brand. It looks flush with what we have going on. Cost of the wrap, all in all, now we worked out a deal. They had some things they needed to go, about 5,000 to 6,000 pounds of glass and other materials they needed to dispose of, so we worked out a deal. A usual wrap, if you go to anywhere else to get something like this done, is gonna run you at least around 5 grand. I'm telling you right now, especially with the cab. If I didn't work out a deal with them on the price, it would have been around $3,300 total. But I worked out a deal, and all in all, I have $1,550 in this whole thing here. Hey, baby, that's what life's about. Let me tell you something, working deals. If you can't work a deal, you probably shouldn't be running the business. You understand what I'm saying? Come on over. Also, something I forgot to mention is the simulators. Now, they're a little dirty. These are chrome simulators, absolutely unnecessary, but you know I'm extra, so I had to get them. All the way around, it gives us that chrome look. These were like a gray color before, but this is my first dump truck, brand new. I wanted this to scream exactly who I am and what I stand for. I fly by junk haulers. So this truck is 100% me, probably 110% me, to be honest with you. Everything I stand for, I absolutely love this thing. It's my baby, you know what I mean? All right, guys, so to wrap this thing up, let's total up all the expenses to see how much I got in this thing from doing all the modifications, upgrades, paint job, wrap, everything like that. I had two choices when I went to buy this truck. I could have put a massive down payment of 10 to 20% on the total overall price on this thing and had a lower monthly payment. Or I could have put less down and had a higher monthly payment. Now, to me, in a business sense, I know that this truck carries about around a 4-year warranty. In junk removal, every 4 or 5 years, you want to get rid of your trucks anyway. Swap those out as you come up on 100,000 miles, whether it's diesel or whether it's not, and go get a newer truck. So trade it in and get a new note. So me thinking like that, it didn't really matter if I had a $1,200 payment or a $1,500 payment. At the end of the day, that's 300 more bucks. Yeah, that's higher, but at the end of the day, it's not that much more when I don't plan on paying this thing fully off anyway. So in that business sense of mine, I took that money and put it directly into the truck, which this is directly in marketing, and I know it's gonna pay off for us. So let's total these things up. Let's start from the smallest to the biggest. We have the window tint that came in at $150. We have the pivots coming in at $200 for the welding and everything entailed. We have the cab shield that was cut off, that went over the top of the truck, $250. We have the wrap coming in at $1,550 total for the whole thing, including the cab and everything. Crazy. After that, we have the automatic tarp, came in at $2,100 total. And last but not least, we have the paint job that came in a little over $3,200 to wrap this whole thing up. So that's everything, guys. That totals up, I don't know, I'll put it on the screen right here. That was the money that was gonna go on the down payment anyway. I saved that money and put it into the truck, gave me exactly what I wanted. So some of you guys were asking what I even paid for the truck. The ticket price on this thing was $76,500. Taxes and everything after that, you know, it came in somewhere around like 79, which is really good on a 2022 Chevy 5500 HD. These are going somewhere around 82 to 85, depending on what region you're in the US. So extremely excited, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you like the content, especially if you stay to the end of this video. I know this video is going to be over 10, 15 minutes, somewhere around there. So if you stay to the end, man, and you like the content, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below, it's here. Comment, it's here. If you messed with the video, man, if you stayed to the end, I'm so excited. This was such a long process. I will let you guys know that you're gonna go through these trials and tribulations. You're gonna deal with people that don't wanna do the work, that don't wanna screw signs in, that don't wanna wrap it. Well, that's energy I don't even wanna be around. I'm the type, I don't stop until I get exactly what I want and where I wanna be. I found all those guys I mentioned in the video. Jake over at Primetime Logistics, Brad over at Valori's Paint and Body, Patrick and Kerry over at Cleveland Wrap. All those guys, go see them. They're fantastic. And I'm happy to be where we are today. So if you have any questions, comment down below. Also comment it's here, subscribe and like the video, and I'll be back.